Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Life of Kaiser. And this week has been an interesting week to say the least. It has been my birthday week, which my daughter has made sure that I have the prettiest decoration to make sure that everyone knew that it was my birthday. So we were able to go on a field trip and we did some trout release that they've been growing, and we were out in nature. The bad part was it was raining and it was cold and it was awful. But it was a fun time with the kids, so that was great, and I had to wear the sash the whole time, which was fun. And so that was neither here nor there, but that was what happened. My birthday has come and went, although I'm still celebrating for the rest of the week. So if you are going to Nova, the Big Lick Nova, you will see that I will be wearing the sash again with my daughter, and and proclaiming the whole week as my birthday week. But it was officially my birthday since the last time we spoke, and I got some really cool things, which is framed environment design, which was a really cool book that I was looking at, and then also this Push Your Creativity book. And it is a book where they reimagine classic fairy tales, and they actually tell you about the process of what they went through to try and make that, work, and through composition, character design, and stuff like that. So it's a really interesting book. I also got this nifty timer, right, which is something I wanted. So I had a productivity cube, which gave me 5, 10, 20, and 30 minutes. But if I wanted something a little bit more specific, all the way down to the seconds, I couldn't do that. But with this one I can. It's on a rotator dial, it's digital, push the button, great. And then so a lot of stuff to really push my creativity in the days and weeks and months and years to come, which is going to be great because we're about to really get to it. But before that, the last thing I got was this. I got a bass guitar. My son wants me to be part of his band, and I used to play a little bit of bass in college, and so he bought me a bass, and he was like, "You're gonna be part of my band," and so it looks like I'm gonna be learning a little bit of bass again, and maybe one day, once I knock all the cobwebs off, I'll play you some bass as we move forward, because I thought that was really cool, and so I'm gonna be doing that. And sometimes you just need to let off a little steam. Got to practice something, got to learn something new, and something like that. So those were my big presents for my birthday, and so it was really fun. It was really fun. I had a good time with that. But as usual, I was itching to start working again, and I wanted to do that by going to a comic book store. So I went to the Amazing Comic Shop in Virginia, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I went there, got some really cool stuff, and I picked up a box, a comic box, mostly because I needed one, right? So I had taken all the fun stuff out of a collection I had, and then I'd given it to someone who I could trust, and they are separating and selling and pricing and all that stuff, because I really don't look at it. The ones that were sentimental I kept for myself, and everything else I was just like, here, have a good time with it. So I didn't have a box, but I needed a box because I needed somewhere to put all my sketch covers. That's right, sketch covers. I have so many sketch covers. This is my box, right? It's underneath, right? So this is my box. This is underneath my desk, and it is packed. I'm packed with sketch covers, to the point where I'm like, I have to do something with this. And during Watercolor Wednesday, when I finished the watercolor painting, I grabbed a sketch cover and started working, because I need to knock some of these out. I have so many sketch covers that are blank, and that's just sad. So we're gonna be doing a lot more sketch covers. So you're gonna be seeing that a lot more often, is the use of these sketch covers for, well, the pushing of Ninja Empire, because I will be doing a lot of ninja-fied stuff. Some things I can't, right? Like, I thought about switching it up, like, oh, well, if I did, X-Men is one thing, but when it says something like the Fantastic Four, that is such an open name that I could do 4 ninjas and put them together and it would be the Fantastic Four, right? On top of Fantastic Four comic, which is what I'm gonna do. But there are some that are very, very specific, like X-Men or Judge Dredd or something like that. And so I'm gonna make those into ninjas that would fit into Ninja Empire, right? And so it's gonna take a little bit longer, but once I have it done, like I'll be drawing in my sketchbook to try and figure out what I wanna do with that. But once it's done, I'll be able to knock those out. And I have some. So like X-Men, I did a couple of character designs where I ninja-fied them. He-Man I did, so I'm gonna actually do that as well. And so we're gonna start knocking out some of these sketch covers because I've told myself I can't buy more sketchbooks until I start finishing sketchbooks. Sketch covers. So I'm hoping that you will hold me to that because it's a lot. I have a lot of sketch covers and I really do need to get to it. And I'm gonna start posting online. It's like, which one should I draw? Which one do you want to see ninja-fied? To try and push some engagement. My whole thing starting in June is to really push for engagement with the community, trying to grow my presence. Because one thing that I've learned with the Kickstarter that's about to end on Saturday is that, well, I don't actually have the community backing that I thought I did. It goes really well at conventions, right? So people see me and they're like, oh, I'm interested, and they sign up for the mailing list, and they're like, oh, I've even had people write me back and they're like, oh, we got the letter and it was cool, thank you so much, and blah blah blah. And so I thought I had, I don't know, almost 100. I think I have almost 100 people since the beginning of this year where I started the mailing list. About 100 people that signed up for it, right? And so I figured, hey, I have these 100 people. These are the ones that they signed up on their own. These are the people. And right now I have 50 backers. And so, right, and that's half. And looking at the Kickstarter going, wow, why wasn't this one successful? The last one was successful. Why wasn't this one successful? One, I know that the price was lower, right? So, and to get the comic, it was 10 versus 20, which was for the graphic novel, right? So now I'm just doing a 24-page issue, so I dropped the price because that would only be right to drop the price. And so, that happened. And so now having 50 backers isn't enough. And I want to make sure that when the next Kickstarter happens, that it will be successful. So I'm gonna really bombard people with a whole lot of ninjas, post every single day, which I've been doing on YouTube. I have been posting every single day on YouTube, on shorts or extra videos. And so I'm really pushing on that, and then I'm gonna start making that bigger. But I wanna post on Patreon, I wanna post on, Twitter and Blue Sky, and I wanna make sure that I post on all these places so that I can catch more and more people, because I really do believe that this project is fun. It's got some cool characters, we're doing some fun stuff, and I would love to get this out to more and more people and watch it grow, because I want toys, man. I want toys so bad. I want toys, I want shirts, I want all kinds of stuff. I really want to see this get out there. And the Kickstarter has told me that I'm not as active as I thought I was, or had the backing that I thought I did. So now's the time to, be the squeaky wheel. I know it's a horrible analogy, but you're like, hey, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? So I want people to know that I'm out there. I want people to go, oh, okay, this. I know that looking at some of the other thumbnails on Kickstarter, I'm like, oh, I should have made a specific thumbnail for this to grab people's attention. Okay, noted for the next time, got it. I need to tell people now that there's going to be an issue 2, right? Like I need to start that so that I can promote it and be like, hey, there is an issue 2 that is coming. And people can get ahead of that and be like, hey, and I can constantly be like, hey, look, go to here, because that's what really needs to happen. I need to tell people, they can get used to it, they can sign up to get notified and all that kind of good stuff. So alas, right, there's going to be a lot more work coming your way, So I'm hoping that you are following me and you're going to start looking at the community tab, because I'm going to start posting there a lot too. And hopefully I can make YouTube the one-stop shop for everything that I do. But I know that not everyone is as active on YouTube, so we're still going to shoot it out everywhere. But YouTube, I think, is going to be my hub for everything. But with the Kickstarter not being successful and it's ending on Saturday, I've already started to re-upload the Kickstarter for issue 1, and I'm about $1,000 short. So I've dropped the goal to $1,000 less, and then I'm gonna pick up that extra $1,000 because I firmly believe in this project and I really want to make it happen. I really want to get it out there with the amount of books and alternate covers that I could get, so that I could actually get it out there to people, right? And so I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is, and show you that I really believe that this project is something that you should be investing in by investing in that. So definitely be on the lookout for that. So it's only going to be up for like 14 days. We're not going to keep it up that long, but I want to give people enough time to realize, oh wait, this is back up, and so that I can email and annoy and tell people that. So definitely be on the lookout for that, because it's going to come June, I think 9th, because I wanted to do it on the 2nd. They said it was too close. So we're going to go with June 9th, which is next week. So not this Monday, but next Monday. And so I want to make sure that we can hopefully get this, because if I can get if everyone resubmits and I can get those 2,000, I can put the extra 1,000 and we can get this project moving, right? So hopefully we can do that, and you guys can see that I'm actually very committed to this project by doing that. What else have I started working on issue 2 in my sketchbook? And yeah, so I mean, it's generally the way that I do thumbnails and script writing. So when I'm doing it for myself, this is how I do it, right? And it's still it gets revised all the way up until the very end, but this way it gives me a starting point to jump off of. I can do the art, I know what I'm trying to say, and if I need to adjust it once the artwork is done, because I decided to draw a different pose or a different expression, and there we go, right? So yeah, so it has started. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna be drawing this until I can't draw anymore. And so yeah, and the more support I can get, the more that I can do more. Right? So I want to be able to finish 2 issues a year. It's kind of a gut punch when it doesn't successfully fund and you're like, oh well, maybe I shouldn't, but I'm not going to let that deter me. I'm coming back, and I'm already started. So we're going to make this happen. It's going to be great. First thing I'm going to work on is the cover, though. I need to work on the cover first, and I think that's where I messed up the first time, is not having a cover ready to go. But like I said, it's coming. I've worked on issue 2, and oh, look at that. See, I think these are starting to come along quite nicely, these watercolor pieces. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, like how could I use these cards. And I think what I'm going to, not cards, but these paintings, and what I think I'm going to do is actually make like trading cards. And so we'll have this watercolor image, we'll throw it on some paper, right, so that it's on the typical toned paper that we have, and then all the texture that is here will go on that paper, and then we'll make little trading cards with information on the back, typical of back in the day. Like, I don't know if you guys remember those kind of trading cards from X-Men and Spider-Man and all that stuff, where on the back it had little information, and it was like, this is how strong they are, this is how fast they are, and this is this, and this is that, and it gives you a little bit of a blurb of information. That's what I want to do with these, and I think that would be really fun. And produce, like, because I have a lot of these already done, so I can actually produce, let's say, 5 of them, right? And then we're like, all right, so these 5 are constant, but this is the chaser, so number 6 is a chaser, and I can try and do something special with it, and see if there's anything that we could do that would make that look fun and whatnot, and maybe only limit it to 100 cards instead of 250, right? So it's like, hey, these are special, make them foil or something. I don't know. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. But I think that's how I'm going to use these watercolor paintings, because at first I was like, what can I do with these? There's not, it's just these torso looks, and it kind of looks like little statues and stuff. So I was like, yeah, that's what we can do. And it's easy. I can just, bam, I can make those, knock that out, nice and done. So I think that's what we're going to do with those, because that will be a lot of fun, and it'll allow me to keep going with making these kind of watercolor paintings and the character stuff while I'm trying to figure out how I want to make the cover. I want to be able to make a cover. I'm gonna have to start doing, full figures again and trying to make that work, which the last one wasn't bad. So we're gonna figure out how to make that a thing and what kind of cover would work with the watercolor. So there's that. If you are not in the area, I'm sorry, but I'm going to Big Lit Comic-Con. I'm a guest there. I'll be there for 2 days. And, what I'm going to be promoting is the re-release of June 9th for the Kickstarter to try and get people to do the issue 1 Kickstarter, right? So I'm going to try and make that happen. But I'm going to go there. We're going to promote issue 0, have a great time, show everyone issue 1, be like, hey, this is out, or it's done. You just need to help me, right? So I'm really looking forward to something like that. The convention is always a nice place. It's always rejuvenating to go to them. So if you're not going to conventions, you should, right? Either as a fan or an artist, because it's a lot of fun. It allows you to connect with the people who are like you and like kind of the same idea, so that you can feel comfortable and happy and actually get to make some more connections with people. So come out to these conventions, especially if you are in the DMV area. Come on out, come visit. I'll be there. Look for the afro, and you'll see me and my daughter, and she is a phenomenon when it comes to these conventions. She started her own little business with rubber band jewelry and figures and stuff like that. So definitely, if you're there, come check us out. We will be in attendance for the Big Lit Comic-Con Nova edition. So definitely come and check that out. I don't think, let's see, what else has really happened? I've been stressing about the Kickstarter, right? Writing my own emotions up and down about what to do with that and stuff. So, with the birthday and field trip and all that stuff. So I haven't really been cranking out a lot of work because of that. But after this week, I'm kind of free for all of June, right? There's not really big things happening. Anniversaries happening, so that is big. But, it's like, I'm good. Right, I'll have time to sit down and focus and knock out the script for issue 2 and start working on pages and all that kind of good stuff. And starting on Sunday is the beginning of the challenge. So it's beginning of the monthly or the June summer challenge. So I will have a lot to do. I have a lot to draw, and I've got all my stuff. I'm prepped. I'm ready. Just got to sit down and draw. So yeah, so that's gonna be fun. That's that. Oh, and while I was doing these paintings, I was talking about starting a series called Learn With Me, because I've realized that I really do like the aspect of learning. I want to go and learn things. I try to learn with people, but they're very, very expensive, right? And if I could, I'd go get my doctorate in art, but there is no doctorate in art in the United States that is accepted by colleges, right? So I can't do that. So I figured I should go learn something. And what I plan on doing is getting these books that are out there, how to draw books, or like watercolor for beginners, right? And this is a completely different aspect of watercolor that I'm not doing, right? And I would love to be able to learn how to do this to see if I can apply it to what I'm doing with watercolor already. And this is a how-to book. And so I figured chapter after chapter would be an episode, right? And we will just go by book after book after book, and it will kind of be like a book review. So the end of it, the last episode, would be a book review and an art review, right? So you could be like, this is what I was able to accomplish, this is what happened, I think this book is great, I think it actually is lacking, it needs to do this, that, and the other thing. So I think that it would be a really cool series to show that you know, I'm still learning, you can still learn, and to get a cool book review to see if you want it yourself, right? So I think that that's going to be really fun, and I'm going to be starting to knock out these Is It Worth It? So I just bought 2 more packs of art supplies. So we definitely got to make that happen. And yeah, so coming over the summer, you're going to see a lot more long format content stuff coming from me. So definitely be on the lookout for that, because I'm trying, right? I'm definitely trying to push this art stuff, the YouTube thing, the Ninja Empire. I'm building an empire. If you haven't been checking out my shorts of building an empire, it's literally things that I've been doing over the week that kind of pertain to what I'm doing or what's standing in my way. Like the very first one was I had to weed the garden, right? And so I was out there for a couple hours trying to clear out all the weeds and stuff. And well, that takes away from doing artwork, but, right? So just to show that there's things in the way and going places and enjoying them and stuff like that. So there's like 3 or 4 shorts that happen a day now, and you know, I'm going to be doing long format content. It's going to be great. So stick around. This channel is about to blow up, and yeah, thank you so very much for your support. Thanks for hanging out and listening to me jabber while we talk about what I've been doing and how stuff has been working. And yeah, definitely keep looking, because it's going, like I said, it's going to be pretty intense as we move forward, because I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. So thank you also very much. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that bell and the subscribe button. So then, no, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell so that you can get notified every single time that I drop new content. Once again, thank you also very much, and I will see you at the next episode.